Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. So, overbearing grace. Overbearing grace. Ugh, you know, when she came into the room and she was hella disrespectful to Carter, and I was like, man, this woman is acting really bitchy. And then I remembered Zoe, and I'm like, I can see where she got that from. I mean, seriously, you're gonna walk into that building and be completely disrespectful to another employee that's working there because I don't know him and your trashy ass daughter didn't get along. Are you kidding me? But then she comes in there and she's all like, well, I don't understand what's going on, and I don't understand why you're so okay with, you not being with Zende and Zende seeing other people, and what is this relationship about, and what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And it just got to a point where it's like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, would you like to marry him? Because you're walking in there and she's like, well, it's not like I'm trying to marry you off to someone. Like, that's exactly what you're trying to do. You may not understand her relationship with Zende, and that's okay. You don't need to because you're not the one that's dating him. She is. And I understand that, as parents, you want what's best for your children. But if she says she's happy and she seems like she's fine, why are you sitting there harping on this for a good 15 minutes straight? Well, for a good, couple minutes straight. Like, it just got to a point where it's like, da 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 da. And then, of course, when Carter gets in there, she's like, well, I don't understand what your problem is. He has all the perfect values. He comes from a good family. That's like the second time she actually said he comes from a good family. And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe this is an old school thing or something. The problem with that theory of he comes from a good family is that anyone can come from a good family and still be trash. Like, anyone. You make it seem like just because he comes from a good family, then he's automatically the perfect guy. And this guy could sit there and wind up later on treating your daughter like garbage. But he came from a good family. And I know it's just reused dialogue they just keep doing over and over and over. It's just the fact that she keeps saying that. It's just like. So she was just getting on my damn nerves. And there was a couple of times that Carter was sitting there backing her up, as far as like, like Zendy's a good guy, this, that, and the third. And then, she left and she was like, listen, if you're not going to listen to me, listen to Carter. Or here's the third option. She can do whatever the hell she wants. Because, she's an adult. I mean, she doesn't necessarily act like an adult sometimes, but she is technically legally an adult. So, yeah. So she leaves, and, you know, Carter and Paris starts to get close. And, Paris is still sitting there pushing this whole relationship. And, you know, Carter's like, well, yeah, Paris is still pushing the relationship. And Carter's like, there's just a lot that's going on that can go wrong. Like the fact that I'm messing up with another person from the Foresters, my job, my friendship, all that stuff. The important stuff. And once again, it goes in one ear and out the other for Paris. It's like Paris is like, she just gave no F's about his worries or concerns and just starts kissing him because, well, she's a. I would sit there and say she's a moron, but it's more to that than just being a moron. I mean, she's acting like this high school girl that's just like she wants what she wants and nothing else matters. Like Zende's feelings doesn't matter. Which, by the way, Grace walks in and sees those two kissing. But I'm sitting there thinking, who could just walk right on through that door? Zende. Because it's not like she actually said, oh, by the way, just so we're cool and we're clear and everything like that. I'm seeing Carter. You know, but no, don't bother to give him a heads up or anything out of courtesy. Um, and isn't that the office that Zende mainly works in? I don't know if she has her own office or if all offices look the damn same, but I could have swore that that's an office that Zende tends to use a lot. So if that's the case, you just gonna sit there and make out with some other guy in his office? I, like I said, I expect this from somebody in high school, not somebody who's a. Anyway, she walks in and she sees, and now she's all like, her mouth is up, like, oh my goodness, and it's just like, all right. I mean, that is an acceptable cliffhanger. That is an acceptable cliffhanger. I wish it was with a better person, someone who doesn't get on my damn nerves, but it is what it is. And at least I can understand why girls turned out the way they did. So Liam is not there trying to keep, Brooke calm and everything like that. And, Brooke is a little upset with herself for the fact that she's practically, manipulating Douglas. And Liam tries to play that down like, oh, all you did was tell him to forget about the past, just to kind of move forward or whatever. And I was like, no, 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 no. Bro, are you kidding me? I, listen, I get that that's not your biological child, but you are her father. And the fact that you literally played down what Brooke did, which was clear manipulation to a child, mm, and yet you got the nerve to sit there and talk about Deacon. Now speaking of Deacon and Hope, so Deacon pretty much says what everyone assumes he's gonna say, more or less. That he's not gonna do anything to mess up Brooke and her relationship, and that if he wants to get her, he's gonna do it the right way, and he's a different guy now, and everything's changed, so he's gonna keep his mouth shut. And Hope was fine with that answer, and she left. Now Sheila was. Here's the thing: Sheila was listening in, and from what I can tell, the only thing that she overheard was that Deacon and Brooke were drinking. That was it. That was it. I guess because it was times when there was noise and it was times when it was clear, and I guess you just didn't get the kissing part, but she got the fact that they were drinking. So she was extremely happy that this woman fell off the wagon. That she, no, 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 not that she fell off the wagon, but that she messed up her sobriety. Like she was like, yes, oh my goodness, yes. Like she was really happy. I mean, granted, she's monologuing in her head, but it's like, wow, you really got problems. I mean, damn. I get that, she's not happy with the fact that Brooke is not there trying to stop her from seeing Fenn and Hayes and everything like that, but like, damn. So anyway, Hope left. Sheila was talking um to Deacon, and I'm not gonna lie, nothing really changed. I mean, she played it off like, oh my goodness, it's so sad that she fell off the wagon. You know, is she a mean drunk? It's just like, wow, wow. I Now, the sad thing is I haven't been watching the show as long as everyone else. And a lot of people have this sense of they can't stand Brooke. They cannot stand that woman. They don't like her. She is damn near every name under the sun. I start to get a bit of that when Brooke was sitting there going at Quinn for her cheating and infidelity. And even I knew about Brooke's cheating. So the fact that she was all high and mighty, like, I can't believe you did this, Quinn. Really, Brooke? Really? You think you're the best person to sit there and go at Quinn about this? You sure? Because I don't think you qualify at all. Um, so I get that, a lot of people don't like Brooke. I'm like, damn, that's, one thing you not liking someone, it's another thing you testing, you know, are you going after somebody's sobriety? Like certain things, as much as I don't like someone, certain things for me, it's just kind of below the belt, and it's just kind of good. I'm not gonna bask in everything, no matter how much I don't like a person. Now, Hope comes back and tells Brooke that, Deacon isn't going to say anything and she starts to feel safe and fine and, even happy and stuff like that. It's like she's just going to move on and yada, yada, yada. Now, Thomas is hanging out with Douglas and Stephanie. Now, Thomas says something, he makes a joke, and it gets, Douglas upset, and, Douglas is there talking about Santa and stuff like that, or there's something he wants to sit there and tell him. And just as Thomas is about to get out of him, I guess Hayes wakes up, so Douglas goes in there and play. And once again, we have the Steffi bat mouthing Brooke scene, which is just, oh wow, this is I'm so glad I actually got here at 1:30 to sit there and watch this. I mean, I watch it online, but my point is, it's just her talking the same thing. Oh, well, if dad would have just stayed with her instead of leaving her side, and blah, 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 blah. We get it, Steffi. We get it. It's old. It's been old for like about a month, as long as she's gotten there. And to be honest, I honestly tell you, I don't even have the energy to think of anything else creative to sit there and say. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But they do stop bad mouthing. They do stop bad mouthing Brooke because Douglas gets back out. He's like, "Oh, Hayes needs you for a hair emergency or whatever." So she goes in there, and Thomas once again talks to Douglas about the whole kiss and Santa thing. Now, Brooke thought that, Brooke and everyone else thought that Douglas just sort of had. He just sort of had, he didn't see the face or anything like that. But, when Thomas is there talking to um, Douglas, and he's like, you sure you didn't see a face or like anything like that, besides the hat or whatever. And then they get back to the fact that it was New Year's Eve. See, when Douglas first told everyone about the kiss and Santa thing, they thought it was during Christmas. But, then he finds out it's New Year's Eve. And now he's like, all right, go on with this story. And Douglas starts to remember the face. And he tells Thomas that, yeah, I saw her kissing mommy's dad. And at that point, Thomas is like, I'm sorry, what? You're saying that you saw her kissing Deacon? And right then and there, I was like, okay, this is how you do a cliffhanger Friday. This is how you do a cliffhanger Friday. Now, granted, with that being said, this is something that seemed like it was weighing on Douglas for a hot minute. Being pressured by Brooke and being questioned and not believed, and being, again, manipulated by Brooke. He hugs Thomas, and right then and there was like, damn, Brooke, you are. It was like, Brooke, you're trash. You're definitely a really bad grandmother to manipulate him to a point where it's like, especially when he was sitting there talking to Thomas, at one point he was like, I was told not to say anything. To put that amount of pressure on a kid is just, it's terrible. There's really, I mean, there's other words I can use, but they're all, four-letter words, and I'm not going to use that. But the point is, it's terrible. Um, so now Thomas knows, or at least Thomas heard from Douglas, that Deacon was kissing Brooke. And it's just going to be, now, I mean, I was going to say it's just going to be a snowball. I really do hope they get to a point when they actually have a discussion and Ridge confronts Brooke about this whole kissing Deacon thing because this needs to happen. Brooke really feels that if Thomas keeps secret, keeps quiet, she could just go on through the rest of her life just lying straight to this man's face every single day. I could just put this behind me and it'll be like nothing ever happened. And it reminds me of Nicole and Eric from Days. Eric got back, and Nicole wants to sit there and act like everything was just a normal, typical Tuesday. We're just going to have a family and friends, and we're just going to get together, and everything's just going to be fine. And then the truth comes out, and she blames, her rival or whatever. And it's like, well, if you didn't say anything, then we would still be happy. Sweetheart, you call that happy? So this is going to come out. This is going to come out. And Brooke is going to be like, well, if no one ever said anything, then I would have still had my marriage with Rich. And by the way, where is Denise Richards at? I saw her a couple of months ago when I first started watching this again, and I haven't seen her since. And I don't even remember her character, but I just remember I remember her being Denise Richards. So I know I can sit there. I gotta sit there and try to find out what's been going on with her. So weird that she's actually on a soap opera. I was sitting there thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I haven't seen Denise Richards' character in a while. Yeah, it's just really weird seeing her in a soap opera. I remember her from one movie. I'm not going to say the name of that movie, but it brings a smile to my face every single time I think about it. And I think that's actually going to do it. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great, safe weekend, and I will see you in the next video.